Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our first lecture from our course on how to create amazing webinars for free. That means absolutely for free without paying for webinar platforms or other expensive stuff like that. Okay, so this is recommended for people who are just starting out, who practically don't want to invest so much money in the beginning in paying for a webinar platform, because the costs can be pretty big, but they want to start out, they want to test webinars, they want to see how it works, they want to hold webinars from time to time, okay, for their businesses, for personal branding or other stuff like educational purposes, sales pitches and other stuff like that. Okay, so let's dive into the information. First of all, let's have a look at the price comparison for paid webinar platforms, because this is why I've practically discovered this method or wanted to test this method to see if you can practically hold webinars for free, because the costs can be pretty big if you add month after month after month, and sometimes you don't even have webinars, okay, or you don't even record webinars, or you practically don't need that platform, but you still have to pay for it every single month. Okay, so here we have three of the biggest webinar platforms that are out there, that are paid webinar platforms. Obviously, they have very good very good features. I highly recommend them to you if you use webinars already at a professional stage. Okay, if you practically are already earning a lot of money out of this, so yeah, in that case you should probably use one of these platforms. But if you are just starting out, you probably want to save your money, okay, to bootstrap, and you want to invest your money in the thing that brings the most value to your business. So here is a price comparison. First of all, we have AnyMeeting, which is a pretty huge webinar platform. It's pretty good. I actually used AnyMeeting back a couple of years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when it was still forever free. That's how they said back then, that it was still forever free, but in the meantime they turned it to paid. But no worries, if things work out for them, that's okay. So the price for AnyMeeting is starts from $78 per month for 200 attendees. You have registration forms, obviously, and you also have recording for your webinars. Then we have Click Webinar, which in my opinion has a better interface than AnyMeeting. Okay, it's more user friendly, to say so. The price starts at $79 for 100 attendees, which is actually a better price than for most of the platforms, but it's like an average. It's worse than for AnyMeeting, as you can figure out. It has registration forms and landing pages, which is okay, reminders, which is okay, and also it records your webinar, which is okay, because in the future you may want to use your replay of the webinar. And then we have GoToWebinar, which is probably the most popular out of all of them, and it's one of the platforms that top internet marketers in the world are using right now, because it's the most efficient, actually. Okay, it has been battle tested for a long time now, and that is why probably most of the people are using it, because it has the fewest errors, it works the best most of the times, it has the best reminder system and a lot of other features. It's priced also at $79 for 100 attendees. You have registration forms, you have reminders, which is very important. So people that have probably want to promote your webinar maybe 1 or 2 weeks ahead, and people that sign up in the first few days, they even forget till the day the webinar is held, so they need to get email reminders from the platforms, so they don't forget about the webinar. They are in constant contact with you all the time, okay, and they get reminded to enter on the webinar by the date the webinar will actually start and will be held. Okay, so it has registration forms, it has the reminders, and it also has recording of your webinar. For more information about other platforms and a more complex comparison of all these paid platforms, you can enter on this website that you have right here. Okay, and you will see more platforms, you will see other details related to them, and a more complex comparison. Now I wanted to show you also that there are other possibilities too. For paid platforms, you have one-time payment. That means you only pay once when you access the service, and then you can use it forever. And you have yearly options, so platforms when you pay an yearly fee. And obviously, from a financial standpoint, if you take a whole year, these platforms are more advantageous, obviously, okay, and they have more benefits. So first of all, we have Webinar Jam, which is actually developed by two very big internet marketers, very big names in the internet marketing industry. Okay, one of them is Andy Jenkins. Probably some of you guys heard about him. The price for this platform is $397 per year. That means $400 per year. It has a very cool registration forms and landing pages and other stuff like that, reminders. So it's much more complicated and oriented towards marketing than the other type of platforms that are out there. Okay, like GoToWebinar, who is very popular, doesn't have the type of landing pages or registration forms that Webinar Jam has. Okay, it has promotional apps integrated with it. For example, if you hold a sales pitch through a webinar, you can have you can add scarcity at the end, okay, with a limited time offer and payment buttons and special offers and other stuff like that. Okay, and it also has recording. Then you have Webinar Ignition, on the other hand, for which you pay $99 one-time fee, and you have like 3 or 4 different versions. It's based on Google Hangouts, and you will see that actually about Google Hangouts we will talk more in this course. It has a registration, it has recording too, it has awesome landing pages too. It also has some promotional apps integrated because it's also more oriented towards marketing purposes. Now we have the free alternative. Actually, this is the thing that we will use to create our practically our free webinar page, okay, or free webinar platform, to say so. Okay, we have Google Hangouts. Now, what is Google Hangouts? Google Hangouts is Google's platform for live video streaming, meetings, for example, video calls or one-to-one meetings, and web conferences, maybe inside a company, inside of a team, okay, from people between people from different countries. Okay, it's actually a very popular service of Google, but a lot of people don't utilize it or don't know about it or underutilize it. Okay, but this is the thing that we will use for our own webinar platform, to say so. Okay, and it's actually pretty cool. Now, obviously, it has advantages and it has disadvantages. The main advantage is that it's free for us. Okay. Also, it's live streamed on YouTube, which can be a huge advantage. It's practically like having your own TV show. So your webinar will actually be also like a TV show. It's recorded. Why? Because YouTube records automatically your live streaming. Okay, and it will practically it will remain there on YouTube till you want to get it off. Okay, so it will remain there forever if you want to. Okay, and you can get like organic traffic from YouTube and Google and other things like that. So it has some benefits. And probably another very big advantage is the fact that you can have unlimited attendees or viewers. So you are not limited, for example, like to GoToWebinar to 1,000 attendees. Okay, you can have 5,000 if you want to. You can have even 10,000 viewers in the same time. Some of them actually watching your Google Hangout in the Google Hangouts app. Some of them watching you on YouTube. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Now, obviously, there are some disadvantages. You have like no registration forms, so you have to set up all the registration stuff by your own. Okay, you have to set up your emails, you have to send the reminders to people, you have to set up a landing page and other things like that. You need a Google account to participate in the actual Hangout conference. So obviously, you as the creator of the webinar will have a Google account. You will create the Google Hangout, okay, using the Hangouts app. But for other people, in order to jump in on the app with you, okay, maybe like a co-presenter, a co-host, or other people that can enter the live question and answer session in the actual Hangout, they need also to be inside their Google account, okay, and to enter in the Hangout. which is a little bit messy. It gives you delays. Okay, sometimes it has errors, so that can be a disadvantage. Also, another disadvantage is that it has some small delays, a couple of seconds to up to 10 seconds. So from the moment you speak to your audience, okay, or you are showing them a slide, they will see it delayed with approximately 10 seconds. Okay, so you have a small delay, which also can be a small disadvantage, let's say. But on the other hand, it's free. You can have unlimited number of viewers, so it has a lot of big advantages, and it's a very, very good tool to start with. Now, thank you guys very much for your attention. In our next video, we will dive into more details about how to use this in our advantage and to create like our own webinar page or webinar small platform, to say so. Okay, obviously all for free. Thank you guys very much for your attention. Sorin here. I will see you in our next video. Bye bye. Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome back to our next video from our course on how to create amazing webinars for free. I've told you in the past video that we will talk more about this technique of creating your own free webinar page, okay, using everything for free, obviously, because as we have talked already in the beginning, when you are starting something, you need to invest your money in the things that bring the most value to your business. Okay, now I call this the 8 steps technique, okay, for creating free amazing webinars. And let's start with the first step. The first step is to create a Google account. As you have seen, we are using the Google Hangouts tool, okay, to practically create this free webinar page. So first of all, you need to create a Google account or log into your actual account if you have one. If you already have a Google account, you probably know already that you also have a YouTube account. You also have access to Google Drive and everything that Google actually has, all the apps that Google has at our disposal for using. Okay, then you need to create an account on a free website builder, and an example for that, it's wix.com, and I will show you exactly in a future video how to use that. Then you need to enter into your Google Hangouts account. Okay, you just type in Google Hangouts on Google while already being logged into your account. The Google Hangouts will appear. You enter Google Hangouts and you schedule a Google Live Hangout. So not a normal Google Hangout. You need to schedule a Google Live Hangout. Okay. Then you copy. You will see that you have some distribution links there. Okay, or share the Google Hangout, and you will have more options. Throughout these options, you will also have a YouTube link or an embedment code for your Hangout. Enter. After that, the step number 5 is to enter on your Wix website, okay, page that you have created. You insert the YouTube code video or embedment code for your Google Live Hangout there on your page, wherever you want the video to appear, okay, the actual webinar to appear on the page. You can add different plugins there, like a chat box or like Facebook comments to that page if you want to, and I will show you an example for that. Then you can create a free email marketing service account. Actually, if you want to have the whole package with registration forms, landing page, reminders for your webinar, you need to create a free email marketing service. You can use MailChimp, okay, in that purpose. And after you create this email marketing account at MailChimp, for example, you can create a registration form for your webinar, and you can set up an autoresponder sequence or emails to send to the people that register to participate at your webinar. Okay, and that's about it. This is the 8 steps technique. So I think it's pretty simple. Till now, I think you understand the concept, but you actually need to see it in practice, and that's what we will do in our next video, guys. Now, some recommendations before going on with the examples and before showing you exactly how to use this technique. Some recommendation: use this technique when you are just starting out to save money and bootstrap. So if you are already at a level where you can afford to spend like $80 per month, okay, to use GoToMeeting or ClickWebinar or anything like that, any service like that, spend the money on that, okay, because it's more professional. You can make it look very professional, okay. You can use this method also to have a very professional presence, but Probably in order to do that, you will need some some freelancers, some designers, to create special pages for you to integrate Google Hangouts with different apps and other things like that that you don't know, but a professional developer knows or a designer knows, and you will still need to spend money on that. So it's much easier for you to go to Click to Webinar, or to go to GoToWebinar or Webinar Jam or other platforms if you have the money for that. So obviously, even if you do it, even if you make it look professional, you won't still have some of all the features that paid platform has. Now, you can save up with this method. You can save up to over $1,000 per year if you make the calculations. As you have seen from the prices comparison, I've shown you a comparison based on 100 attendees. Probably if you go from over 200 or 500, the prices will go up much more, and you will end up maybe paying even $2, $3, or even $4,000 per year. With this method, you actually end up paying nothing. You just take some of your time in the beginning to design everything, and then it works for itself. So these are my recommendations. Now guys, thank you very much for your attention, and in the next videos I will show you exactly how to set up this technique from the beginning to the end. Thank you very much for your attention again. Bye bye for now. Sorin here. Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our next video. In this video I will show you exactly how you can set up a Google account. It's pretty simple. I don't know if I even should show you this, but maybe there are people out there that don't know already how to do it or don't have a Google account. Very simple. You just enter on Google in your country. For example, you can be, I'm in Romania, so I have google.ro. Probably you will have google.com or google.fr if you are in France, or google.spain sp if you are in Spain, or other extension like that. It actually doesn't matter. It's the same account. So I'm on the main page of Google right now, and you will see here a small button that will be in your language or in English. For me it's in Romanian, and it says connect. Connect to your account. Now if I press this small button here, as you can see, I have a lot of accounts here. It doesn't matter that. I will enter on my main account right now. You don't have this you won't have these options to select an account, but you will have this small option here. Obviously, again, for me it's in Romanian. For you it will be in English or in your language, which says connect with another account. If you do not have an account, you will it will appear an option to you, create an account. You will click on create an account, and after that you will have a Google account. It's that simple. It's nothing complicated to that. For example, if I go back to the back page, if I go back to that page, I press this button here, add an account. I have here the option to create a new account. I press on the option create an account, and this is how the form will look like. As I've stated before, and you can figure out on your own, all the details for me are in Romanian because I live in Romania, and Google has a tracking system behind, and it practically sees all the time where you are. So with other words, practically they know at any time what we are doing and where are we in that particular moment. But this is how the form looks like. You have to fill in the form, the name. You have to add a username for yourself, a password, date of birth, a telephone number, and you should have an telephone number because they will send you a confirmation message, and your email, your actual email address if you have one, then a CAPTCHA code so they see that you're human, and that's about it. You have created your account. After that, you connect in your account, as you see me doing right now, and this is the main page of Google. And as you can see, I'm connected in my account. You can see here is my picture, my profile picture for my account. I can go on Gmail if I want to. I use Gmail a lot, for example. I'm just showing you example, guys, so you can understand how this works. But now, by being logged in already into my account, I have access to everything that Google has to offer to you as a user. Google Drive, YouTube account, Google Hangouts, and everything else, absolutely everything that you can think about that is related to Google. So that's how simple it is, guys. Now I'm connected into my Google account. Thank you, guys. I will see you in our next video. Bye bye till then. Sorin. Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome to our next video from this series. I will show you now how to create a free account on a free builder website platform like wix.com. Right now, as you can see here in my browser bar, I am on wix.com. Okay, I'm already logged into my account. It's actually very easy to use. You don't have to overthink this. Okay, if I will log out of my account and I enter on wix.com, I will have the option to either create an account or sign in. And if I press the button sign in, I will also have the option to sign in with my Facebook account. So it's not even that complicated. If you are already logged into Facebook, you enter on wix.com, you practically press the button sign in, you will have the option sign in with Facebook, you sign into Facebook, and this is the dashboard that you will see after signing in. As you have seen, I've already made some tests here, created some websites, but in this dashboard, what you want to do for your webinar page or webinar platform, you press the button I need a site for, the one that you see right here on the screen. You press the button I need a site for, you can select the option blog, okay, events, music, whatever you want, but I will select the option blog. And I will have some templates right now, okay, that I can use. I will select one particular template, it doesn't matter, okay, which one it is. For example, I can take this one, advertising. I will press the button edit, and now I wait for the editor to load, and you will see how actually easy it is to use this. Okay, we are in the editor right now. Okay, we are on the main page, and let's see, we have all these things that you will probably don't need, okay, for your practically for your webinar page. Okay, so you don't need all this stuff right here. You have a text that you can edit, but you don't need it. Manage posts, you have posts here, so you don't need all this stuff. We should probably look for a different template. This one is too complicated, I don't like it. Okay, background page, site tools. Okay, my dashboard. Okay, so I will go and find a different template because I don't like this one. Okay, I need the site for. We need something much more simpler. Okay, because you only need one page, so no more than that. Okay, guys, and let's say not this one. Okay, let's say we take this one. Okay, ice cream. Okay, it doesn't matter, we wait for the editor to load because I want to show you how simple it is. Okay, you just need a very simple web page. You don't need, oh, this one is complicated too, god damn it. Okay, doesn't matter, you can practically delete everything that is on your page and you don't like, even the menu if you don't need it, but you won't need it actually, that's the thing. Okay, so you practically delete everything that's on your page. You will find a good template if you look to. Okay, now I have to delete this because I have selected this for you. Anyways, I won't stay to, okay, in this example to delete actually everything because it will take us like forever. Here you can have the title for your webinar if you want to, so I'm not saying you should delete this. Maybe you want to say like free webinar. Okay, maybe change the font a little. I don't like this one. Okay, it's not okay. This one is much better. Size, increase the size. As you can see, this is actually very easy to use. Okay, you have an address here, you can delete this one too, or maybe you want to have like a subtitle. Okay, I will just leave it like that. Okay, now you go to this option here, to the button add. Okay, and here you have different options. Okay, shape, video, music, social, contact, menu, list, blog, more. Okay, you go to the video part and you select, for example, YouTube. That is if you want to embed here on your page, okay, the link that your hangout or your webinar will have for YouTube. So you just press the YouTube button, you select the size that you want, and here you will have these settings. Okay, and in this section here you will copy the link that you will see me copy from the hangout. Okay, the YouTube link where your webinar will be displayed, you copy it from your hangout or from your YouTube channel, and you copy and paste it right here. You press then update, and voila, your webinar will be displayed here. And that's how simple it is, guys. Okay, that's how simple it is. If you will look in Wix, here you have more options. Okay, image gallery, buttons. You can add, maybe if you want to sell something at the end of your webinar, you can add a button from here, link it to your PayPal account, okay, so people can pay you. You can add a box in which you can add maybe a chat box or something like that. You can add a social account, okay, so people can share the webinar, okay, maybe like it or something like that. A contact, okay, somewhere where people can practically leave their contact details and so on. Okay, you can add different plugins. You have a lot of plugins. If you go here, okay, site login, you have embed the site, HTML code. So you have a lot of different options here with Wix.com. You just have to look through all of these plugins, see what you want to use, okay, and use it. But most of all, you will only use probably this, the social account, the buttons, and maybe something like a chat box, so you can communicate with your audience directly here on your website. Okay, but mainly this is how it will look like. Don't forget, you select the video, you go to the settings button, and here you copy your YouTube link from your hangout. Okay, if you want to copy directly the hangout, okay, embed the code of the hangout, you go to the add section, you go to more, and here you have HTML code. You add the HTML code, you enter the code here, and here you paste the code of your Google Hangout, the embedment code, and you press update. And that's it, guys. It's that simple. Okay, now after you will have everything set up on this page, you press the button publish. You will have here the option free webinar. Okay, you can obviously, if you have a custom domain where you want to practically you have a custom address where you want this page to appear, you connect it to your customized domain. Okay, free webinar, save and continue, and that's it, guys. You are done. Your site was saved. If you go to this address right now, you press the button publish now. Okay, view site. Let's have a look at it. Voila, very nice, right? So this is actually very nice. This is how your page will look like. It looks very clean, very smooth, very professional. Thank you guys very much for your attention. I hope that you have understand how to use a free website builder like Wix. I've showed you this one because in my opinion it's the easiest to use and the best for what you need in this case, okay, for a simple clean webinar page. Thank you guys. I will see you in our next video. Bye bye for now. Hello guys, so in here in this short video I wanted to show you an example of a one-page webinar that I have created for myself and I have used for myself. As you can see here in my browser, if you have a look at the address, it's my own domain, okay, here, and I've created a special one-page website like for this webinar. Okay, the interesting part about this is how I've created this page, because I didn't use wix.com, which I've showed you how to use in a different video. But as you can see, this looks very good. Here you can see that the Google Hangout logo is here. Okay, this was practically live streamed from Google Hangout. The webinar was called The Free Ways of Earning Passive Income from Online Courses. So this is how the page was structured. What is very nice is that I've included here a button for a promotion that I ran at the end of the webinar. Also, I've just added this Facebook comment tab here so you guys can see how it would look like on a one-page webinar. And here in the right part of the screen, if you have a closer look, you can see that I have added also a different plugin to chat, okay, to chat with the people from the webinar, okay, with my audience. So this was like a plugin that I have added directly into the HTML source code of this page, okay, of webinar 6.html. And this is a plugin that you can find on the web. It's for free. It's very easy. You just copy paste the code in your one page webinar page, and it will appear like this to you in the right part of the page, okay. The name of the plugin is Chatwe, and it's actually very nice. Now, how was I able to create this this very simple page that has this chat box, okay, this button for my offer and everything else? Well, actually, I have used my GetResponse account. For those of you who don't know, GetResponse, it's an email marketing service. Okay, it has prices. You have a 40-day trial if you want to use it. In my opinion, it's much better for marketers than maybe MailChimp or other type of services, because you have landing page builders, you have very nice templates that you can use in different purposes, you have very nice registration forms and so on. So you have a lot of possibilities. Also in the price, for example, mine right now, it's $15 per month, okay, which actually, and it lets me have up to 1,000 subscribers, and I have access to all the features that it has to offer. Okay, what is nice is that in this price you have included the autoresponder function, which is necessary if you want to promote your webinar in a more professional manner. Okay, you need to create those reminders in an autoresponder sequence, so you don't have to send them each day to the same people again and again to create different newsletters. You create your email sequence once, your autoresponder, you put it in place, and every time someone will subscribe on the list that they want to participate to the webinar, they will get automatically those emails that you have created, those reminders, okay? If you have seen in MailChimp, in the free version, you don't have access at the autoresponder. You have to create every single day a new email to send to people that have subscribed or have registered for your webinar. So this is actually very nice that you have this possibility with GetResponse. Now, what I have used to create that page that you have seen earlier, let me just log into my account and I'll show you. Okay, now we are into my GetResponse dashboard. And if you will go here in the upper menu, you have a section with messages, okay, create newsletters, or you have a landing page builder. Practically, I've done something very simple. I went to the landing page builder. Okay, you can go either to the messages section or to the landing page builder. If I will press this button restore, I think it will show exactly my builder, my page for the webinar. Let's have a look. Okay, no, this was my registration form for that webinar. Okay, I've created this with GetResponse. You have different templates. It's actually very easy to use. Let me go back. Okay, so if you want to build a page directly here, how can you practically export the page from here to your own domain? It's very simple. Okay. So for example, you go to the create newsletter section, you press the new email creator. Okay, you just type in a name, it doesn't matter, a subject. Okay, you press next step, and here you will see that you have different templates, okay, from which you can choose. Let's take the first one. Okay, this is just for the sake of the example. It's actually very simple. And as you can see here, all these blocks are editable. Okay, all these blocks that you see here. So you can edit practically all these blocks here. Okay, put a name, make it look however you want. Okay, like the title of the webinar or something like that. Okay, After that, maybe you want to delete this part, or maybe you want to replace it. It doesn't matter. Okay. You want to leave this button. Maybe you want to add, for example, a PayPal button right here to an offer. Okay, you are selling something at the end of the webinar. You can type this off. And for example, in this part here, you may want to enter your practically your frame for the webinar. Okay, your Google Hangouts frame. What you can do right now is, let me just have a look at this. Okay, you can bring this text here, for example. Okay, and here, instead of this text, you will have your frame for the webinar. So you will have your window with the live webinar. So what you can do here? First of all, you go to the HTML editor. You see here in this part of the screen, you have the HTML editor. You press yes, continue, and your embedment code from Hangouts or from YouTube, you will go and copy paste it. I think I went to the wrong block. Just a second, guys. Okay. Title of the webinar. Okay, download now. So you will go and copy, okay, practically your text, your embedment code somewhere here. Okay, practically you will use as let's say like a checkpoint, or so you can figure out where exactly to put the code. You just look here after this text. Okay, I don't know why it's not showing to us here, but in a normal case it should appear to you. And instead of that text, you copy here in the HTML version your frame of the webinar. What you do after that, it's very, very simple. You just copy paste this. You go to your domain name, okay, where you have your hosting. You create a page on your domain, maybe webinar.html. You edit that HTML, you press edit on it, and you paste this code that you have copied from here there. And after that, you will see exactly the page that you have created here with the webinar framed and everything on that page if you will enter on it. For example, as you have seen my domain, it's therealdeal.ro/webinar6.html. Okay, and that's how I've created this page on my domain here. Okay, I've pressed edit on this page. I've passed the code from GetResponse on my page. I saved it, and after that, when I enter on the domain, the page appears. Okay, what I have integrated more on this page that is different from GetResponse, I have practically copy pasted also the code of ChatWe, this plugin for chatting. Okay, but you can find this plugin if you want to install it on Google. So it's actually very, very simple. Now, another way to do this is to use the builder, okay, the landing page builder of GetResponse. So you go to GetResponse, you go to landing pages, create new, and you will have different type of landing pages here. Okay, guys, different types. So for example, you select a sales page, okay, something that looks very, very nice. Let me choose one just as an example for you guys. I don't like these ones. Webinar pages. Okay, for example, we can use actually this template that you have seen me using as a registration form, okay, with slight modifications. But what you can do right now is, for example, you have this template, you delete this button here, and what you can do is put this video here. Okay, this is practically a YouTube video. Okay, make it as big as you want to. Okay, if you double click on it here, you put your embedment code for YouTube, and that's it, guys. After that is the same thing, but you don't have the menu here in the lower part. You have here the menu in the upper part, the HTML editor. Obviously, you will edit everything on this page. You add whatever you want. As you can see, you already have a button. You can edit this one with your special offer, give them details and so on. Then you press on the HTML editor, you press yes, continue, and you have your code. You just copy the code, paste it on the page on your domain, and voila, you have your one-page webinar. So that's how I've created this page, guys. As you can see, it's very simple. So if you have access to a email marketing service like GetResponse, it will be much easier. What is very nice at GetResponse, as I've told you before, and I will show you this very quickly, is the fact that you can create also, and this will be useful for you when you are preparing your webinar or a list or something like that. It's the fact that you can create an autoresponder sequence. Okay, so maybe in GetResponse, your email lists or your registration forms for different campaigns are named as campaigns. As you can see, I have different types of campaigns here. For example, for my webinar, I've used free webinar teaching. Okay, you will create a new campaign, for example, and after you have created the new campaign, that's where your new subscribers for the webinar, for example, they will be subscribed in that certain campaign here. Okay, what you can do is go and create an autoresponder that will be time-based. On the first day after somebody subscribes, gets a response. You choose the message, create a new email here. Okay, you give it a name, autoresponder name, my webinar, for example. Okay, you create a new email. You give it a message, my webinar 1. The subject, webinar confirmation. I'm just giving you example, guys. You obviously will have your own you'll have your own messages and stuff like that. Maybe you want to start it from scratch. Okay, I won't go into many details with these guys, because I just want to show you the principle, because this means that you have to take on GetResponse. Okay, you just type in your email, whatever you want to send to guys that have subscribed to your webinar. You have your first message, as you can see here, the create autoresponder on day 1. Okay, my webinar, save and publish. Don't send the message. Okay, and as you can see, you have 2 different types of autoresponders because we have selected the same campaign. But in order to manage your autoresponders, you click on this button here and you go, for example, show autoresponder for your campaign. I want for this campaign. Okay, and I deselect this one. And as you can see, I only have a confirmation email that it's sent out to everybody that subscribes to that list. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, so if anyone subscribes to my list that I have created as a registration form for my webinar, they will automatically get this email from me. Okay, I don't send it, it's sent automatically to them. That's the power of autoresponder. Then in the second day, because this is day 0 when they subscribe, in the second day I can add a different message. Then in the second day, in the third, and so on till the date of the webinar. Okay, it depends on me how many I want to add. I can add even 33 if I want. Okay, automatic messages. This can be very useful, guys. That's why I've also wanted to show you guys this. Okay, now guys, I hope this was helpful for you. I hope that you had a better insight and overview of how to use this technique and all these builders, okay, drag and drop builders and email services to create your own one-page webinar, and also to create okay, a proper let's say a proper setup for your webinar, how to create your reminders, okay, your autoresponders, your email list, and so on for your webinar. Now guys, thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to see you in our next videos. Bye bye till then, good luck, Sorin here. Hello guys, and welcome back to our next lecture in our course on online personal branding. In this short lecture, I wanted to talk to you guys about something that I think it's not used at the proper capacity for building a personal brand. Most of the people who have businesses online or want to build themselves as a personal brand online use this specific tool just for selling different products or offer, or for promoting different affiliate offers or other people's offer products or services. Now, I am talking about webinars, the tool that I think it's misused or not used at a proper capacity. Webinars can be very powerful, and from different specialists in internet marketing, you will find out that webinars mainly have two purposes, right? The first purpose is to sell, promote, or maybe connect an audience with a different product, service, or offer. Okay, maybe when you are launching a product, okay, in a specific niche, you are launching a webinar for presenting that product. Okay, when you want to promote an affiliate offer, you are creating a webinar for your audience, okay, where you are explaining exactly how that product works and the benefits of it and so on. Okay, but very few people are actually using webinars to educate their audience and to offer them a huge value. In that way, by offering a huge value through webinars, okay, to your audience on a specific topic, you can build yourself as an expert and as an authority in front of them. Now, let me give you an example. For example, right, you have a blog, okay, and you are in the personal development niche. I think we have talked about this niche before, but it's very popular right now. Right, and you want to talk about the law of attraction, okay, you want people to perceive you as an expert in the law of attraction, right? What you can do, for example, you have an email list, okay, maybe you have 1,000 people, 2,000 people in your email list. You can set up a free webinar for all of them, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now, right? In which you can talk about some problems, okay, that people identify with the law of attraction, okay, or about some specific things that they might not know and you know, okay, about the law of attraction. In that way, when you create the webinar, okay, when you will be in the webinar with them, my suggestion for you would be to start exactly like this. I will not sell you anything in this webinar, okay, because that's the actual truth, but I wanted to talk to you guys about a thing that I've seen in our industry that a lot of people get confused with. And you can practically start to talk to them about that specific topic, okay. That can be very effective. Why? Because people see that you are generous, okay, that you are willingly give away free value, right? And they will perceive you as an authority. Why? Because you know things that other people do not talk about in your niche, right? And will think that and will see that you care about them, okay. One thing, maybe you do not know exactly what to talk about into a webinar, okay. You decide you want to do a webinar, okay, but you do not know exactly what topic to approach, okay, what subject to approach, what problem to approach. What you can do before the webinar or in the registration form of the webinar, okay, you can ask people what they want you to talk about. Okay, you just ask your audience which are the problems that they would like to hear about a discussion into a webinar, right? And that's the thing that you will talk about. You give them exactly what they want, right? In that way, you practically you build even a bigger rapport with them. Why? Because they will hear the solutions, okay, or the discussion for the problems that they have, okay, and they want to hear about them, right? So webinars are a very powerful tool if you will decide to use them. Now, there are a couple of programs that you can use or software that you can use to create webinars. It depends on the size of your audience, okay. A free tool that you can use, it's Google Hangouts. It's very powerful, and the advantage of Google Hangouts is that it will be automatically linked to your YouTube account. And for example, if you have a YouTube account, people will be able to see the replay of your webinar onto your YouTube account. And disadvantage is that you don't have as many options as other platforms. Another disadvantage would be that many times you will have like a small delay, okay, on Google Hangouts. People will see your webinar with a free 5-second delay, maybe even more sometimes, right? So when you have that question and answer section at the end of your webinar, you may not be in a real time with them, which can be actually a problem. Another disadvantage would be that in order for people to be able to see that Google Hangouts live, on Google Hangouts they need to have a Google account. They can see it on YouTube, but they cannot comment, they cannot interact with you or whatsoever, right? So Google Hangouts is an option when you are starting out. If you do not have a big audience, if you do not want to invest money in a webinar platform, it can be a very good option. Another option that it's created around Google Hangouts, it's Webinar Jam, right? It's a very good software. We have more options for it, like a registration form and other stuff like that. You can check it out. We will have a resource section at the end of this lecture where you can check out all these softwares, right? The best option right now still in the marketplace, because maybe in the near future will appear other options too, I think it's GoToMeeting, right? It's pretty expensive. I mean, you can get like up to $500 per month if you are organizing very big webinars, but that's worth it only if you have like a very big audience, okay, and you want to have like 1,000 attendees per webinar, okay, because you are limited to 1,000 per webinar. But it's definitely worth it if you have a big audience to do this for them, right? So GoToMeeting, it's still a very good platform. Why? Because it works very fast. People can follow you in a real-time manner, right? But also it has some disadvantages because people need to install like a plugin on their computer to work and other stuff like that. But as a technical part, okay, probably is the best right now because people won't have many errors and other problems like that. So these are just 3 examples. Obviously, there are even more examples that you can use. For example, now in the past 6 months, there are other platforms that appeared that are linked to Twitter. For example, there is Periscope, where you can organize like live streaming. It's more like a TV show that you create, okay, from your mobile phone. Then there is Meerkat, okay, also for mobile phones. Then there is Blab, that it's also connected to Twitter, which is kind of like a discussion and webinar in the same spot, right? So you have many tools that you can use, but the main idea is to use this in an educational purpose, right? Okay, to create these live events for people to be able to know you better, to relate to you as a human being better, and to position yourself as an expert and as an authority through the value that you provide to them in a huge way, okay, in a bigger manner, let's say so. So I hope this lecture was very helpful for you guys. I thank you very much for your attention. Check out the resource page at the end of this lecture, and I will see you in our next lecture. Bye bye for now. Sorin here. Hello guys, Sorin here. Welcome back to our next lecture from this course. We have talked about before using webinars for our businesses. We have talked about the fact that there are 2 types of webinars that we can use. There are webinars that we can use to educate our market, our audience, to send them information, to offer them value. And also there are webinars that we can use to sell our product, business opportunity. For example, if it's a network marketing business opportunity or an MLM opportunity or a new service that we are offering as a company, or a different program or a coaching program or training or anything like that. It doesn't matter. Whenever it's about selling something, there are a few steps and phases that a webinar should have. And that's what I want to talk to you about in this lecture, in this short video: how to use a webinar, how to structure a webinar in order to convert your audience, your viewers, into actual buyers, because that's what we actually want at the end of the webinar, right? So there are a few phases, and the first thing that you should do into your webinar when you create, for example, your PowerPoint presentation that you will expose into your webinar. First of all, you will talk about the main idea of the webinar, maybe the first or 2 slides, okay, main idea, the title, and something like that. And then you should introduce yourself, okay? Why should people know you? They need to relate to you better, right? So you should introduce yourself, okay? Talk a little bit about yourself, about your achievements and your results, and why should people listen to you. Be very careful at this. Why should people listen to you on the matter of this webinar, on the subject that you are discussing into your webinar? You need to show them results, you need to show them achievement, so that you can position yourself as an expert in front of them, and practically they will be able after that to trust you as an expert, as someone that knows what he's talking about into the matter and subject of the webinar or what you are selling. After that, maybe for a couple of slides, you should talk about the principal subject of the webinar. Okay, why is this industry so good? For example, if you are talking about video marketing, right? Which are the benefits of video marketing? Which are the advantages? What is happening in the world with video marketing right now? What can you do with video marketing right now? That means what can they do, your audience, with video marketing right now, right? And you should talk a little bit about that, right? A couple of slides, point out the benefits that they can get from using video marketing. After that, you will get to the point where you need to talk about the problem, right? The problem of something that you encountered in using, for example, video marketing in your business. And you should talk about maybe 2-3 problems, okay, or a main problem. And after that, you should talk about maybe you should talk about that a couple for 2 or 3 slides. And after that, talk about the solution. Which is the solution that you find? What are the things that you need to do? Okay, which are the tips that you are personally offering to solve that problem? They will appreciate that because you are offering value and you are teaching them how to properly use a tool, maybe video marketing in this example that we just used. Okay, how to use video marketing, a couple of tips, 3 tips, 5 tips to how to use it better, how to have maximum efficiency from it, right? And people will appreciate that because you will practically educate them. After that, okay, you will also point out like a problem, okay, or a way that you have discovered to work even faster for the tips that you have offered. Okay, for example, I've personally held a webinar for a friend who was launching a video marketing software, and the structure of that's why I gave you this example, because it just came out of my head right now because I did it, right? So after we have talked about the tips, we have pointed out a solution that we have found out to automate this whole process to save time and money, right? We have we gave the audience the tips, what they can do to solve those problems, but we have found even a faster way that save us money and time to solve them. Okay, the software that we were launching. So we have exposed them this solution that we have found. Okay, and after that we have did this in a couple of slides. We have pointed out the benefits. Okay, you are saving time, you are saving money, the software does this, does that. Okay, and it will solve you all these major problems of video marketing we have talked about. And at the end of these slides, okay, after exposing them the benefits, we have made them an offer, a special offer. Okay, this is a sales technique that is very used. Okay, you need to offer something to people that they cannot refuse. Okay, to make them an offer. So we have made them an offer. It was the launching of the software. Okay, it was launch period, and we have offered them a 50% discount. Okay, if they bought the software in the webinar, okay, directly from the webinar, we have offered them a 50% discount, right? Also, we had a different promotion for every sale that was made. Okay, the price was increasing with $1 for every copy of the software that was made, right? So you can use that into your business, right? You need to create some scarcity at the end. Okay, you were here, you listened to me, you paid attention. Okay, I will give you a bonus for doing that. Okay, you have a special offer from me because you are here and you took time from your personal time, okay, to listen to me, to see what I have to say, and for that you can have my special offer. Okay, you deserve it because you have invested time in this, you have invested time and attention into this webinar, so you deserve this offer. After that, obviously, you need to close the offer. I've seen many people not applying this right. Okay, they are not closing their offers, and their audience might get angry with that. From our experience with that webinar, from 70 people that were on the webinar, but be very careful because the webinar was promoted to a buyer's list. Okay, people who already bought a product from this friend of mine. So from promoting this webinar, okay, and holding this webinar this way, we got like from 70 people that were on the webinar, 20 bought the product. Okay, also some of them bought some upsells, some downsells, okay, in the sales funnels of the product, but 20, that's more than 40% conversion rate. 20 of them bought the product, which is actually a very good conversion rate. There are people that are even going up to 50% conversion rates into webinars, so they can be very, very effective. Now it depends on how on the audience that you have, okay, that you are promoting to your webinar, and also the way it's structured. Another thing, at the end of the webinar, have 10 minutes, okay, not more, maximum 10 minutes, question and answer section for your audience, so that they can answer, so that they can tell you the questions that they have related to what you're selling, and you can answer to them. They will see that you are very transparent with them, okay, that you are there to help them, okay, to offer them the answers and the solutions that they will need. This will help you very much, okay, and for sure a couple of the people that have questions and that will get answers from you will also become your buyers. So this is a way to go with your webinars, okay. Maybe a little bit about your main idea in the beginning, then present yourself, then talk about the benefits of the industry, about problems that you have personally encountered, how you solve them, which is the best solution that you found that can help them even more, okay, than the tips that you gave. Present them the benefits of this solution, okay, make them an offer that is very, very good for them because they have been attentive to you and they have followed your webinar, and then have a question and answer section in which you clarify all the questions that they have. And that's it. That's how your webinar should end, and that is how you can sell a product, service, business opportunity, coaching program, training, or whatever through your webinar. So guys, I hope this was very helpful for you. As I've told you before, this worked for us very, very well, and I think it can work for you as well. Thank you for your attention. Sorin here, and I will see you in our next lectures. Bye bye for now. Sorin here again.